Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Namastute Vyasa Visala Buddhe Pullarabindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa. Om Dhyanamoolam Gururmurti Pujamoolam Gururpadam Mantramoolam Gururvachyam Mokshamoolam Guru Kripa. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tamaham bande Paramanandamadavam. Hari Om. We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga, the Yoga of Devotion. Arjuna said, Evam satata yukta ye bhaktyastam paripasate ye chapyaksharam abhyaktam tesam ke yogavittamaha. Arjuna said, those devotees who ever steadfast thus worship thee, and those also who worship thee imperishable and the unmanifested, which of them are better versed in yoga? Who is better than the other? Because Lord explained everything on devotion, one can achieve him by one-pointed devotion. That's why Arjuna is asking this question. Some people also meditate on the abstract. So Arjuna has little doubt. That also is taken for a great devotion. Yesterday we discussed 4 types of people meditate on God with one-pointed mind, because they have no other go. So they have to think of Lord only. So in this way there are many kinds of devotees. So who will be better than everyone else? This is why Arjuna has this reason to raise the question. And he pointed out 2 types of devotions. One is with name and form, which is related to this relative life. Always pairs of opposites are there. The world is composed by pairs of opposites. Everywhere we shall see one opposite to the other. So, naturally Arjuna will have doubt, and he has asked exactly who is better. One worships the God without names and forms. He is not relative God, and he is beyond all these nature and the power, the energy which plays the drama in the world. Play of energy is called creation. So, leaving all these, one attends to that aspect which is not manifested and which is imperishable, which is background of everything, just as the picture may have so many different ideas, but the background, the screen behind it is always the same. So, he is beyond names and forms. Names and forms are always changeable. The supreme truth is beyond names and forms. He is eternal, unchanging, imperishable truth. So one can meditate on that. How? If there is no name, no form, then how can one meditate or have devotion towards it? So in many scriptures we get the directions how to meditate on something which has got no name, no form. Every aspect has five, every object in this world, this creation has five aspects. The name and form are overlapping or hiding factors of the reality hidden by it. The reality is existence. Nobody can deny the existence of the object. Sat, we call it truth, which is unchangeable, imperishable. It is all pervading. So, the knowledge of the truth, awareness of the truth, awareness of its existence, you know you do exist. Nobody can deny this fact. Everybody has to say, everybody experiences, I do exist and I know that I exist. That knowledge is also another aspect of the existence of the object. And then that satisfaction, yes, I do exist. That knowledge, satisfaction of the knowledge of the existence, that is we call in different term, it is called bliss, which is imperishable, eternal bliss. So Sat, the truth, Chit, the awareness of it, and Anand, the satisfaction, the contentment of the knowledge of the existence, that three aspects in one object, every object it is there, which is never deniable. It cannot be denied by anyone, any object. So that is eternal truth, which is all pervading, which is present in all the objects. And it will have a form in the relative world. because the unlimited, unthinkable, the eternal, all-pervading truth is limited, and then only it becomes a form. Say, in a white paper, when we draw some lines, that becomes limited, and then it will have some name. Either it is A, or it is a triangle, or it is the face cut, just lining of a face, or something. It will have some name because it has a form. Form means the unlimited is limited by linings, demarcating lines. That is called formation, manifestation, or we can say it is creation. That also is said as being, it has become. The unlimited has become something limited, and it will have some name. What is name? Name is nothing but sound related with the object. That name is nothing but sound, and form also is nothing but modification or transformation of the sound only. Sound has limitations. That means sound is energy or wave. Wave will always have some form. That means limited form. So in this way, the forms are formed. We call it being, we call it manifested object, we call it creature, created, so it is creature, or it is an object or limited being. In many ways we term it, and then it will have some name to identify, to differentiate it from others. Then only we can know the object. So that will have some particular name, and name is nothing but sound in a form. So in this way, the sound relationship of the sound with the object is called name. So every object will, in this relative world or creation, every object will have a form and a name. But the truth is hidden within. It is not the name, not the form. It is just like an envelope where the urgent, important letter is hidden. To find out that, you have to tear away the envelope and then you can find the truth inside. Similarly, you have to throw out the name and form of the object from your mind, and then what remains, that is called the truth. Sat Chit Anand Asti Bhati Priya. It is, and it is manifested, and it is also dear to itself and to others also. So in this way, the world is covered up by the hiding factor, names and forms. So when you can keep it aside, then the truth can be experienced and it can be meditated upon. That is called devotion towards the unmanifested. When you think of it, when the mind is steadied on these three aspects, eternal aspects. That is the meditation of the unmanifested or truth. It is understood in this way. One can have devotion for the unmanifested, unseen by the senses, unobserved, unperceived, and so it is unknown to the mind also, because mind depends upon the senses. Informations are brought by the senses. So mind is dependent on senses of knowledge. In this way, the truth is not under the limit of the mind, nor intellect, nor subconscious mind. No identity can reach it. It is beyond everything. It is only subject to your experience. So in that way one can meditate on or devote to the unmanifested, imperishable truth. That is so to say, that is the best type of devotion. You will not have attachment, you will not have bondage, ties, or you will not have conditions, time, space, and conditions are not there, because it is unchangeable. So, naturally, one can think it is better than everything. All the process we adopt to reach our goal, the permanent happiness, that will be better than all other paths. So here, devotees, they are dependent on name and form of the, not of the world, but of the truth. So how can truth will have name and form? The question comes. But because we have seen now from analytical process, we have seen every object, everywhere there will be names and forms, and which hides the truth. So truth is all pervading. So through the names and forms, you can reach the truth also. Because through the envelope only you get the letter. You have to receive the envelope first, registered envelope, isn't it? So that is also easier way to find out the truth. So through the names and forms, you can reach the truth. That is said to be devotion of names and forms. Then also, which name, the question comes, which name and which form belongs to the truth? If all the names and forms belong to the truth, so can I utter any name which is God's name? Why Ram? Why Krishna? Why Buddha? Why Jesus? Why not donkey? Why not monkey? Why not? Because the word is all pervading. It is also, there are some examples of it also. It is said finally, any name and any form can enable you to reach the absolute truth. The bright example of a dacoit named Ratnakar, who was a murderer and living his livelihood, earning his livelihood by murdering the travelers. And all of a sudden, his fate was something. Somehow or other, God was gracious on him because of his past karmas. And Narad was passing by. He had also a shoulder bag. He had all the symbols, and he used to do kirtan always. He used to keep something. So the murderer caught him in the way. He didn't know he is a celestial monk and he is so powerful, so great devotee of Lord. So he caught hold of him. Come on, whatever you have, I will loot you. I will take everything. And you may spread my bad name somewhere, so I shall behead you, I shall kill you. Now Narad said, my dear, you can kill me. I am not afraid of my death. Don't worry. But go and ask what for you are doing all this? I have to earn something. This is my business. And what will you do with all these wealth, whatever you loot? It is for my family, my wife, my children, my parents. This is my business. Somehow or other I have to earn my livelihood. This is my business. So Narad said, you know you are doing something wrong? Yes, of course, I know. So you are occurring sin. Yes, I know. What is that to you? And you want to escape? No, I am just asking you, whatever sin you occur, will the enjoyer of this wealth participate in your sins? Will they share your sins also? Yes, they have to, because they are eating this, what I earn from looting people and killing people. They should? No, go and ask them. Are they willing to share with your bad karmas or sins? Then he thought, oh, you want to escape? Narad said, no, you tie me here. I will not go anywhere. I just want to know. He goes to ask his wife, children, parents, are you going to share with my evil actions, sins? I am doing for you only. Everybody denied, no, it is your duty to look after us. The parents, old parents say, we have brought you up. Now we are old enough not to, we are not able to earn our livelihood. We have brought you up, so you have to take care of us. Why should we be shareholder in your bad karmas? We are not going to share. Wife also said, you see, I look after the household affairs. You have to protect me. So you know what you do. That is your business. I am doing my duty. I am not going to share with your good or bad karmas. No. Children also replied in the same way. We are unable to earn our livelihood. You are our father, so you have to take care of us. When we become aged, we can have we can do something for taking care of the family. Then you become old, we will take care of you. That is our business. Your business, you know. We are not going to share in your karma. Karma is only enjoyed by the doer of the karma. So we are not going to share. He was embarrassed. Oh, I am doing all these wrong things for them and they are not going to share with my actions and reactions. They are not going to enjoy all these bad results. So why should I? Then he comes back and says to Narad, no, nobody is willing to share with my sins. Okay, now come to your sense. Do something for your sins, or else you will rot in the hell. That means all your actions will result in misery and painful life. You have to suffer. Be careful. Come to your sense. So he was very much worried. What can I do? Can you show me some path, something to get out of it? Yes, you can go on doing japa of the name of the Absolute, and thereby you can get rid of your sins. Is it? Then he started, Narad said, go on chanting Ram, Ram. But because he was such a great sinner, he could not utter even Ram. The name also he could not utter. So Narad said, never mind, you go on telling more Rama, 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 so it becomes Ram. Rama, 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 Rama. So it becomes Ram. Unknowingly, he was uttering the name Mara, means the corpse, the dead body. That he could utter. So even the dead body can become the name of the God. And he achieved after a long, long time. He didn't get up from the seat for a long time, and the white ants ate away his flesh and body, and he remained in skeleton only. And after a long, long time, Narad was returning, and he thought, in the same way, so he remembered, I told one sinner to chant God's name, what has happened to him, let me see. So he saw him, and by his yogic power of devotion, he brought him to life and body, and he became Valmiki, a great, great saint, the first poet in Sanskrit, first poet, and he was a seer of 3 periods of time. He was all-knower. He had the knowledge of the truth, and he was a great, great saint. So in this way, the example says, anywhere, anything you can chant, and if you are one with it, then names and forms disappear and the truth reveals. So, God is all pervading, and you can find God anywhere, everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. The thing you need is faith and one-pointed belief and effort, continuous effort that will bring you success. This is how names and forms are a positive, a sure way to the success, sure way to success, and easier. Even a murderer can achieve the highest. Examples are there, and logically also it is true. Logically, analytically, scientifically, if you say what happens to the mind, if you go on chanting anything, any sound you go on repeating again and again, the mind naturally will be one-pointed. Naturally, this is the yogi process, analytical process, you see. So, by nature, you will achieve the highest one-pointed mind, and then you will enter into samadhi, and where there is no name, no form, and the truth reveals to you. In this way, the devotees try the easiest method, adopting or taking support of any name or form. Let it be any name. And if you have some choice, if you have some bent upon some form of the God or name of the God, they say, if you like a form, the most beautiful form is Lord Krishna's form, full of love and everything, beauty, attraction. So, if you want the name Ram is highest, easy to utter, and it gets transferred into anything and everything. And when you understand its internal meaning, literal meaning, it also enables you to reach the highest. So in every respect, the name Rama and the form Krishna are mostly preferred by many devotees. So, and others also, one appreciate the form of Lord Ganesh, some appreciate the monkey god is the source of all the power and faith. So they are devoted to Hanumanji. Some are devoted to the sun god because he is our source of life and everything, energy, everything. Many ways you are attracted to different forms of God and different names. One form also will have several names. So in that way, anybody can adopt any name and any form, and finally, if he sticks to it, continues in it, never changes, then one day or other he is bound to succeed in his effort, and he will reach the highest truth beyond everything. So this is the path of devotion. And some people do not do all these. They go on talking the sports of Lord, how he incarnated in some form and what all he did in that form, human form or any other form. So they go on talking about the sports of Lord, and they are engaged in thinking of God. Some take many other paths. Now we shall discuss all these. How the devotees they concentrate upon one God through different names, different forms, different ways, and they achieve the highest. So Arjuna naturally has the doubt which path is better and who is better than the other. So Arjuna asked this question. Those devotees who ever steadfast thus worship thee, and those also who worship the imperishable and the unmanifested, which of them are better versed in yoga? Because Lord Krishna has already given the adjectives or the symptoms of the devotees. Mat karma krit, mat paramo, mad bhaktaha, sangavarjitaha, nirvairaha sarvabhutesu, yasamameti pandava. One who is ever doing good to the others, friend to everyone, one who has no enemy in this world, one who does everything for me alone, and who is unattached to all these. Such a devotee comes to me. So in this way, Arjuna asks, who is better versed? The 12th discourse, this chapter, it goes to prove that Bhakti Yoga or the Yoga of devotion is much easier than Jnana Yoga or the Yoga of knowledge. Yoga of knowledge, there is no name, there is no form, and only the truth abides everywhere, all pervading. You have to think of meditate on the abstract only, without names, without forms. That is the path of knowledge. In Bhakti Yoga, the devotee establishes a near and dear relationship with the Lord. Relationship, because we are in a relative world which constitutes names and forms. I have a name, I have a form, I relate with everyone which has names and forms. So all these are relatively understood. It is not unchanging, it is subject to change. Once I was a small boy, now I have become old. So all these changes are seen everywhere. See the tree, see the animals, birds, everybody. Everybody is subject to change, everything. So, Jnana Yoga doesn't admit or accept all these changes. It is direct. But direct sometimes becomes very difficult. If you see, if you just run in one straight climbing to reach the top of the mountain, you may fall down, you may hurt yourself. But if you go in a zigzag way, safe and sound, it may take time, but you are safe. So paths are different. As you like, the path of wisdom is said to be little difficult, direct, and not advisable for everyone. Only intellectual people and very pure-minded people can adopt that path. Even then there is suspicion. One may derail from the path. He may fall down. But bhakti, it is a roundabout way, no doubt, but it is a safest way, easiest way. So in this way, yoga or the yoga of knowledge is difficult than the bhakti yoga, the devotion, path of devotion. It is very easier to adopt. In bhakti yoga, the devotee establishes a near and dear relationship. We are in a relative world, so it is easy to have some relations with the Absolute through names and forms. By help of names and forms, which is relative, which is changeable, we can reach the highest. This is the path of devotion, and the devotees establish some relationship with the Lord. What relationship? See, he cultivates slowly any one of the five bhavas attitudes. You have different attitude for your mother, for your father, for your brother. Sometimes brother acts as a friend to you. Sometimes he is elderly to you. Sometimes he controls you. So in different attitude you behave with your brothers and sisters, parents, isn't it? Sometimes you have to surrender to your mother. Sometimes you fight with the mother also. Mother likes it. The children fight with the mother, but with love only. And that is accepted by the mother. So different bhav means attitude. One adopts with relationship. So the devotees also keep different types of relationships with the Lord. They are mainly of five types. According to his temperament, taste and capacity, a small boy will have different relationship with mother, whereas the elderly boy, grown-up boy, will have different relationship with the mother. Isn't it? The small boy can kick the mother, whereas the elderly boy will not do that. So different attitudes towards the Lord. According to your situation, your attitude, according to time, space, and conditions, everything changes. The five attitudes are the Santa Bhav. Santa Bhav is the attitude of peaceful adoration. peaceful adorations, respect towards the Lord. That is called Santa Bhava. And Dasya Bhava, the attitude of servant towards the master. Sometimes we respect our Lord as the master and the all in all, whatever he orders, you are the slave, you are the servant of the Lord, so you have to obey. Dasya Bhava, the attitude of servant towards the master. Sakhya Bhava, friendship with the Lord, the attitude of a friend. And Vatsalya Bhava, the attitude of a parent towards the child. Yasoda, the mother of Lord Krishna, Kausalya, the mother of our Lord Rama, they had Vatsalya, they took God as their child. So they had a type of love, just as mother have love for the children. That is called the attitude of child, of parents. And Madhurya Bhava, the wife is also friend to his husband. With what attitude? That is called Madhurya Bhava. Oneness in everything. Oneness. Madhurya Bhava, the attitude of the lover towards the beloved. The devotee adopts these attitudes towards the Lord. The last Madhurya Bhava is the culmination of devotion. When you feel oneness with the Lord, no difference, that is the end of your devotion. Madhurya Bhava, oneness. That is the culmination of your devotion. Radhika, Radha or Mirabai, he was taking Lord Krishna as his everything. Every moment he will sleep with Lord Krishna, he will talk to Lord Krishna, he will feed Lord Krishna, though it was a idol only, but he didn't take it as idol. He thought my loving, lively Lord Krishna is in this, and he did everything to Lord Krishna as if he is alive and is always with her, Mirabai. So in this way, that is the highest state of your devotion, oneness with the Lord, with love. It is merging or absorption in the Lord. Mirabai proved it in the end when he went to Dwarika, where Lord Krishna stayed in his last life, last period of the life, and temple was there. People think and they see it, they feel it, Lord Krishna is ever present there. So Mirabai went there and prostrated before Lord Krishna's statue, and the body of Mirabai disappeared. People saw a light came out of the body of Mirabai and merged in the statue of Lord Krishna. And then the body disappeared. That shows how she was one with Lord Krishna. So this is merging or becoming one with the beloved, absorption in the Lord. All these are different types of devotion. The devotee adores the Lord. He constantly remembers Him. Smarana, remembrance of Lord, constantly, without fail. The gopis will be milking the cows and singing the name of Lord Krishna. Yes, some gopi, he was dreaming of Lord Krishna. When she was milking the cow, she saw in his devotional mood, the blackish comes. Kanna, the black boy, comes and asks her, I am very thirsty, please give me some milk to drink. So the gopi says, come on, I have no other pot. Open your mouth. And the gopi was milking the milk on the mouth of Lord Krishna. And her mother comes, Arey fellow, what are you doing? And she comes to sense, Arey, what am I doing? And all the milk was flowing in the ground. There was no Krishna, nobody. She was dreaming like that. So, every moment they used to think of Lord Krishna, sing their name, his name, and dreaming of him. So much merged in the beautiful form of the Lord. So this is the culmination of your devotion, and the mind becomes one-pointed without any effort, because by love you achieve everything. You forget yourself. So in this way, the devotees constantly remember. He does smarana of the Lord. He sings the name. He does kirtan. They will be doing something and singing the name of Kanha. He chants the mantra. He repeats the name Vasudev, Vasudev, Vasudev. He prays and prostrates himself. He hears his Leelas, divine plays. He does total, ungrudging and unconditional self-surrender, obtain his grace, holds communion with he eventually gets absorbed in him. It becomes a natural process. When you are in love with somebody, then there is no trial needed to think of him or to talk to him. Sometimes the mother is here in India, the child is somewhere in distant country, America or London, and when the mother thinks of the child feels the presence of my mother. Many times, many places it is proved and seen practically. So your thoughts work wonder, which you cannot understand how it works. So this is the path of devotion, love for the Lord. In some kind of relationship with the Lord, whatever, the devotee begins by worshipping the idols or the symbols of God, some symbols, some idols or some picture. It starts with this. Then performs internal worship for the form. Ultimately, he is led to the supreme worship of the all-pervading Brahman, Para Puja. Whatever he does, he remembers always the beloved Lord, and it becomes a worship to the Lord. It automatically becomes a worship. Thus, as declared in the last verse of the previous chapter, Abhyaktam, the unmanifested, that is incomprehensible to the senses, transcending all limiting adjuncts. The unmanifested Brahman is beyond all limitations. That which is visible to the senses is called Vyakta or manifested. The hearts of the devotees are wholly fixed on thee. They worship thee with all their heart and soul. There are others who worship the unmanifested Brahman, which is beyond time, space and causations. We have discussed it now, how a jnani worships the Lord without names and forms, which is attributeless, which is eternal and indefinable, which is beyond the reach of speech and mind. These are the wise sages who adopt the path of knowledge. Of these two, the devotees and the men of knowledge, who are the better knowers of the yoga? This is the question of Arjuna. Now Lord will explain tomorrow. Okay? Hari Om. Tomorrow we shall see what does Lord explain to Arjuna. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय।